How's that?
That's a bad idea, Mike Gleason. Horrible
Oh,
plan.
oops. Okay.
Hey, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the Best Mess Possible podcast. F my life. Every Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I know I'm going to have to fix that because it's 10 a.m. ish. Okay. We are backstage in the green room always tweaking and working on the show in order to bring you, of course, the best mess possible. Like, how can you do that if you haven't had a chance to talk with today's cast about what the best and worst messes of the week are? Speaking of our cast, let's not wait any longer. I want to welcome to the stream my friend, Ms. Trees. How are you, my dear? Good morning.
Good morning, morning, morning. I'm good. How are you?
I am doing amazing. I am here at Starbucks hanging out and talking to y'all.
Awesome. Well, you got your Starbucks. I got my home bucks.
I love your home bugs. Thank you so much for joining us and stopping by to share your point of view and your funny with not only me, but the people tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond.
Yes, ma'am.
Mike Gleason. Hi, Mike. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I
There's
am doing well.
there is an Amazon warehouse not even 10 miles from my house. You can get like delivery within a few hours. So this is my Amazon bucks and it's fantastic.
Your Amazon bucks.
Starbucks. Yeah, I can have because Starbucks, excuse me, Amazon will you, you type in your zip code, it'll say, okay, you can have it delivered in so many hours, and it's
Oh.
not even 10 miles from my house. So I can get all kinds of, well, it's Amazon, so you name it, you can have it at your doorstep in in a few hours. And this is a brand of coffee. I'm not going to say which, but it's a competitor of Starbucks, and it's the best coffee in the world in my humble opinion. And I'm
Uh-huh.
enjoying an afternoon with you, Brenda and Treese. Nice to meet you. And I'm going to get nice and caffeinated while we talk. How's that sound?
Oh, I love getting nice and caffeinated while we talk because we have so much to talk about. It's going to be so much to talk about. Hey guys, this seems like a perfect time for a station branding break. It is easy to join us on Roku. You access your Roku device, you download the UBS and TV app, you search Sauce in the City, and as of August 1st, 2023, you'll be able to tune in to Sauce in the City all day, all night. It is going to be a blast. You guys are going to see your faces up in their spaces, and it is all compliments. And we want to send a big old shout out and a big old thank you to UBSN TV for putting up with the shenanigans. You guys are amazing. We love you. All right, you guys, now that you have been welcomed to the stream, those of you who are just tuning in, these are some of the topics that we have on the list tonight. You know, we want you guys to know this is a politically incorrect zone, okay? So if you believe anything other than allowing people to have their own opinion about whatever it is that they are speaking of, please do not tune in. This is not the show for you. Because we will be talking about affirmative action and no more race based affirmative action. Ah! And how about homelessness? I never knew what that actually meant until about a week ago. Oh my gosh, shout out to Virgin Hotels for being my sanctuary. And the security guard actually kept an eye on me all night. I think he looked at me and was like, okay, you don't belong here. So I'm going to really try to help you. And who purchased BET? I heard it was Tyler Perry. I heard it was Byron Allen. And then I heard it was a herd of hip hop stars. I don't know. help us get to the bottom of it all. Commentators, we have something in it for you too, so it's not all gloom and doom. The first three people to comment good morning prize. Okay, I'm trying to get the photo up. I'm on borrowed Wi-Fi, so y'all just have to hold on a second. I'm gonna fix that on Monday. Okay, I'm working right now in order to fix that. Okay. All right. Congrats to Ty DJ Groove Lathan, who won the Insta Cash Out prize last week. Ah! And shout out to him. He was like, "You didn't have to do that." I said, "Yes, I did." So congrats, Ty. We hope you tune in again, my friend. Okay, that might help. All right. We always like to start the show out with some music. So first up, we have Music and Media Wars, Lisa D versus Miss Benji. Let's hop right into it. I have one queued up. We'll see if Starbucks allows me to do this with some type of ease. All right, so far so good. Okay, so far so good. Look. Okay, okay. Maybe. Okay, okay. Yeah, I gotta get Wi-Fi soon. oh, oh, there we go. Okay, cross your fingers, people. Last week's winner was Plain Jane by my friend Lisa. Here we go. Uh-oh, look at me go.
Tonight, I just want to be left alone. I don't want to, I just want to be, please want to be nobody's hero. Oh, not today, no. I just want to be playing Jane today. I'm not trying to say the word, not trying to say the word, oh, not today. Oh, I just want to be plain Jane today. I wanna be the flower on the wall. I wanna be the girl who's there, but nobody really sees her. No, not at all, no. I just want to be plain Jane. Plain Jane today. I don't want to be rain
Okay.
today.
I'm pretty sure that there was more than a blank screen.
Just wanna be plain Jane.
But that is what Starbucks will give us today, so we will go with that. That was my friend Lisa Wood with Plain Jane. So let's get some comments. Miss Treese, you know how we do it around here. What would you give that on a scale of 0 to 10? What are you ranking Plain Jane in the audio division?
With what I've been able to hear clearly, the audio is. I would give that a 9. With what I was able to hear, because I know the Wi-Fi affected that a lot.
Yeah, it did. I swear to God, we're going to get some new one. But it's okay because we
Yeah.
heard that last week. And if you guys want the clearer audio version, you'll go to her YouTube page and you'll click the button. It is Plain Jane by Lisa Divalicious. Now we're only going to go on audio this morning because our next selection only has audio. Oh,
Okay.
how about content? Overall content of what you heard.
What the content of what I heard, it was really beautiful. And I'm gonna give that a 9 also. It's very touching. It was very sentimental. Like,
Aw,
yeah, very.
yeah.
It's
Made you have the feel goods, the tinglies. You're you're having the tinglies. You're like, oh, I feel good.
yeah, it was
Aw.
heartfelt. Like I felt her whole heart in that.
Yeah, I felt it too. Like every time I hear that song, and I do have to kind of limit my time of hearing it because it tugs at my heartstrings. And so I do have to limit my time. But when I do listen to it, I'm like, oh my God, I love her. All right, Mike Gleason, on the
Hello.
audio, what would you give it?
I would give the audio 9 out of 10. That was first. I didn't realize that was Lisa, like the same Lisa that we're Facebook friends with. That's her real voice. That was not auto-tuned, and that's huge.
Correct.
And it's so nice to hear. I also like the fact that the song is called Plain Jane, and it's sung at a really easy tempo that you could do like busy work, or you could go like on a long car ride. And I just like the fact that
Okay.
this music you could have on in the background while you get things done, or you just need to calm down after like a long day. I think that was audio-wise was fantastic.
Okay, I'm enjoying it. How about the content, the words? Did the words move you?
Yeah, the words were good. It's I'm plain Jane today. I think that's a very 2022 2023 sentiment. Look at how jarring everything has been this is year 4 of everything just being hard all the time, and I think
Yep.
that's a great reflection. The lyric content is a great reflection of that. I think that was really well done.
Okay, very nice. Okay, so I hope you guys are ready because selection number 2 um is ready, and I'm just gonna see if Starbucks is gonna allow me to do this. Let's see. Let's see. Uh-oh. I think it is. I think it is. All right. So this is What That Mouth Do by Miss Benji. Here we go.
Yeah, do. What that mouth do, bitch? Keep that body moving. Step into my classroom, I teach a lot of new shit. I teach a lot of new shit. Step into my classroom, I teach a lot of new shit. What that mouth do, bitch? Keep that body moving. Step into my classroom, I teach a lot of new shit. I teach a lot of new shit. Step into my classroom. What you say your name was? It really nice to meet you. That pussy taste like candy and I always keep it sweet too. She stay wet like water and that booty got a beach view. Ooh, 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 make could have my son or little brother. Hold on, be playing with me. Dick shoot out that door like Serene. She run away with me. All that ass is we at the beach. Come here, put that pussy in the air. Serve me something sweet. What you say your name was? She said she would lead the free. She sucked that dick so neat. I bust, she leave. Suck that dick so neat. I bust, she leave. That dick get right back home for her. She get around 3. Dick got down top of her. She know I act a fool. They plus in my lungs while I help on you. I see you got that D up, bitch. That's what that mouth do. Throw baby. Ooh, ooh. What that mouth do, bitch? Keep that body moving. Step into my classroom. I teach a lot of new shit. I teach a lot of new shit. Step into my classroom, I teach a lot of new shit. What that mouth do, bitch? Keep that body moving. Step into my classroom, I teach a lot of new shit. I teach a lot of new shit. Step into my classroom. A lot of new shit. We ain't lover, we ain't friend, we just buckin'. You name my boy, I'm not your boo, no, we ain't nothing. Just hit my phone later on, you wanna fuck me. Just sit them out the dick and more, she wanna suck me. I'm talking head between her knees, I got her bustin'. Said she don't love me, but I keep that pussy blushin'. Got her gone, told her gone, bitch ain't nothing. Now we ain't lover, we ain't friends, we just fucking. Now what that mouth do, bitch? It might make you catch a charge. What that mouth do, bitch? It's gonna break a couple hearts. Step into my classroom, you can be my work of art. Face to face, fuck your throat. Mouth done got me bad hard. 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 What that mouth do, bitch? Keep that body moving. Step into my classroom, I teach a lot of new shit. I teach a lot of new shit. Step into my classroom, I teach a lot of new shit. What that mouth do, bitch? Keep that body moving. Step into my classroom, I teach a lot of new shit. I teach a lot of new shit. Step into my classroom. Teach a lot of new shit.
Okay. What That Mouth Do by Miss Benji. Now, let's get some comments from our commentators. Miss Treese, on an audio scale of 0 to 10, what would you give What That Mouth Do?
Well, I'm gonna say this. My face definitely needs deliverance, but
But wait a minute. This gives it such a different connotation. Now, let me just explain. It is what I'm asking of America to do, which is leave people alone to do what they do. If they like it, let them do it. I'm asking the quality of the work. Basically, vote policy, not person. So, based on the audio quality, what would you give What That Mouth Do?
the audio quality. I would give that a 6. It
Did
when
you
I'm
like the
listening,
beat?
the beat was. I'm okay with the beat. The beat was on point. I could rock the beat.
Right. Okay. See, the words are subjective because what that mouth do could mean at work, because I have a very powerful weapon in my mouth, and we're gonna need that come this voting season. We're going to need something that's going to jar America enough to get people to leave people alone. That's number one. But number two, come together because now affirmative action has been voted out being race based. Now, people say that I've used it, and okay, maybe, but I just always have considered myself 85% better than the people who were applying. Like I'm like, if all I gotta beat out is 10 people, I got this, and only 10 people were applying for the type of jobs that I was applying for.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I'm just saying, content wise, now saying that, what would you give it on a content scale overall?
On a content scale, I would give that a 7.
Okay, okay, because I mean, not if I agree with it or not, but everybody's vision of a song is different. That's why it is art.
Right.
Thank you for your comments. All right, Mike Gleason,
Hello.
on an audio scale of 0 to 10, what would you give What That Mouth Do?
I would give What That Mouth Do for audio. I would give it 7 out of 10. It is a lot more up tempo. So if you need music in the background, if you need to, evoke a certain mood, like an upbeat one or a more, something romantic and, kind of playful, that's the song. And I give that 7 out of 10 for that. That he did the musician did accomplish that, so that was good. Lyrics were a bit repetitive, but I think most love songs, pop songs, most of them have repetitive lyrics, anyways. But yeah, I think I'd give the whole thing, like in the holistic sense, I'd give it 7 out of 10.
A 7 out of 10. Okay, I am digging it. I love it, because it is an up tempo, and I find myself dancing because the beat is on point. I'm like, what that mouth do? And then I catch myself singing the lyrics, and I go, "Oop!" But if we can change, in my head, because music is subjective, if I can change it to fit what I need at the moment, that's what the song is for. Use it to suit how you need it. That's how the laws are, right?
Mhm.
So people say that I've used affirmative action, and maybe I have a time or two, I don't know. However, I think that we have come far enough as a people that now we kind of outnumber, right? So when you outnumber somebody, if there's 10 jobs on the police force and 80% African Americans show up for the jobs, they have no choice but to hire us, right? You need somebody to do the job. So if 85% of us are African American, that's how you get audiences that are predominantly black. That's how you get audiences that are predominantly white, right? Okay. The majority that likes that thing shows up, right? So how about we just start doing that with the jobs and the things that we want? Politics. If you don't like the politicians that are running, go to school and become a politician. Change it. Right? Pull up to the table. Nobody can stop you from pulling up to the table now. I'm just saying.
Mhm.
Okay, so back to the pump or dump. Miss Treese, who took that round? Would it be Plain Jane by Lisa Divalicious, or would it be What That Mouth Do by Miss Benji?
I really like Lisa D.
Okay, okay, I'm digging it. She got one vote for Lisa D. And how about you, Mike Gleason?
That is 2 votes for Lisa D. She In this day and age, you could sit at an iPhone or a laptop and just make music, of any genre, rock, rap, doesn't matter what it is. Lisa took the time to, or in my opinion, or from the way I perceive it, is this could be recorded. This could have been recorded in the '60s on a 4-track on a reel-to-reel, versus on digital, and it would still sound amazing. And I think I have a ton of respect, not just because I like folk music and that, but she's organic, and it's consistently organic throughout. She didn't get lazy at all, which, I mean, if you're a solo performer, you can't anyways. But I would say she gave it her all with lyrics and things that, it's also, the lyrics were something much broader that a lot more people could appreciate. So I'd say 9 out of 10. She really hit it. And
Aw,
I would also
I think the same thing, Mike Gleason. So,
thank you.
congratulations to my friend Lisa, Divalicious, once again taking the crown with Plain Jane. For the second week in a row.
I just wanna be
And here
left
we go.
alone. I don't want nobody to say what to me. Oh, not today. No. I just wanna be plain Jane. Plain Jane today. I don't wanna be nobody's hero. Oh, not today, no. I just wanna be plain Jane, plain Jane today.
You for defending your crown once again. We will see you next week. Yep. But what it is now time for is game time. And this is where we get to play an amazing game with our existing cast and have a little bit of fun. Because not everything is so tough. If you guys are just now tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond, this is the Best Mess Possible podcast, F My Life, where we are going to get focused on our life. I bet you y'all thought I was going to say something else, and most people do, but not even a little bit. Our next game up is called What a Week I'm Having. And this is where our cast tell us the best or worst possible messes that they have seen, been a part of, or has happened to them this week. First up, we have Mike Gleason. Mike, go ahead. What a week I'm having. Tell us your best or worst mess that's happened to you this week.
Okay. The best mess is I am a special ed teacher here in Massachusetts, and my license expired on Friday because it runs July 1st to June 30th, and I have been in a scramble to get my license renewed. But
Oh
in,
no.
but in the process, I called a place where the students would be what's called severely to profoundly disabled, and I actually got the HR rep and I got the director on the phone. So I had the best and worst mess possible, where my license is in limbo, but the director wants to talk to me first thing Monday, when a week from Monday on the 10th, when she gets back from vacation. So I'm absolutely losing my mind over my license because you can't even go to the schools for a job interview until your license is fixed. And the
Oh
lady's like,
no.
"Yeah, we'll worry about that later." And so I have my best and worst mess at the same time, and I'm just I don't think I breathed for
Oh.
about there was about 5 hours on Thursday where I didn't even exhale. I was just
Oh my gosh, that is crazy. That is really good. That's a good and bad mess because, on one hand, you're getting ready to possibly be up for a promotion. And on the other hand, you have no license to even step in the building to get the promotion. Ah,
oh yeah.
okay. Hopefully, it will all work out. We will catch up with you next week to figure it out. Fingers crossed. All right, Miss Trees, best or worst mess possible of your week.
My God, I just want listen. Let me before I say this, I want y'all to understand. Y'all can laugh with me, okay? Just laugh with me, because I promise it's aggravating and funny at the same time. So, best mess possible is the air condition stopped working where I live at. Now, keep in mind, I didn't know this until I tried to turn on the air conditioning, and I'm wondering why the house is hotter than it is outside. I wake up and I feel like I'm struggling whether if I'm gonna be Kunta or Toby because I'm sweating so hard. Whew. To the point that I can't breathe. I'm trying to breathe. Anxiety through the roof. So I'm trying to put an ice pack on my neck. That ain't working. The ice pack is melting quicker than me. It was just crazy. So my friend says he has someone to come look at it, but they can't come until Wednesday. Now I'm thinking to myself, bruh, Wednesday, I will be dead and fried by the time you come with these temperatures.
Oh no.
So
Oh, no.
I reach out to a friend of mine and I'm like, hey, the air conditioner. When we're talking, we had a meeting. And so she says, well, I have an air conditioning guy that's gonna come on out. Now I'm at the worst mess possible. I gave you the best, here's the worst, because I had them both. So this guy comes out and he's all friendly on the phone, right? Friendly, he's come out, he's energetic, he comes out to the house. Now mind you, my friend's house is not the best, which is another worst mess possible story I'll tell y'all at another time. But he comes out and inspects the area and he tells us what's going on. Okay. Now, my friend tells him, well, I won't have any money till the 3rd of the month. I'm like, I get paid on Thursday. So this brother says, no, I said brother. So he says, well, I'm gonna go get this part, do this, and I'll be back in about an hour. So this brother never comes back, which I already knew. I discerned that he did not want to do the job. But here's my thing. How do you as a business person tell someone that you're going to come back and do something and don't do it as if I'm not going to encounter you again in this small world? So needless to say, we're still out of air conditioning. I'm over at another friend's house, because I'm trying to live. I'm trying to get to aid. Because it's hot out there. Yeah.
Oh my God. It sounds like you guys have had some of the best possibles this week. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I have to cut my camera on for that because I'm feeling you. I'm feeling the emotions, and right now I think I'm talking loud enough to keep people fairly far away from me. So I am so sorry.
Crazy. It's crazy because when you brought up that statement homeless, and I forgot because I think I said something along those lines, and you was like, have you ever been homeless? And I'm like you, I had to think about that. Like I said, I'm living with my friend homeless, but I'm not out in the streets homeless. Like there's a different type of homeless. But living with him, I feel like I'm living in the streets homeless too. Cause bro, I'm gonna need you to clean up. So here's the problem of the other best mess possible. I can't be hot and filthy. So I'm gonna leave that alone right there. I'm gonna stop right there.
Oh my gosh. Listen, all I can ever say is I did not know what homeless was until I got kicked out of the tour in Grand Rapids and I came back to Vegas I had to. I think I just yelled about my car so loudly they had no choice, but I don't know. Anywho, getting back to Vegas, I figured out I came back from my car, but where was I gonna live? And as I sat outside all night, I was like, boy, this is not the way that I saw things going. This wasn't it. I didn't nobody told me about this. So now when I look at homeless people or and that's why this is like my favorite Starbucks right here. When I see them now, I have a whole different understanding because that whole overnight stay on the rooftop of the Virgin Hotel, thank God the security guard liked me. So thank God for that. Because he kept driving by and he didn't bother me, but he sure made sure nobody else bothered me either. He was like, I'm pretty sure she gonna get it together, but I'm gonna let her sleep tonight. And there is one thing. This seems like a perfect time for a station break. I want to shout out to all my Sauced the Cityans. Thank you guys so much, because without you, I would have been, she's so homeless, so very homeless. So shout out to you guys for supporting the platform. And that's why, even though we have the Wi-Fi struggle, we're gonna get this episode done. It doesn't matter. The thing is that we stuck together, and thank you guys so much, because without you, I would have been totally screwed. So thank you. In case that you guys have ever wondered, that is what your morning, that's what your dollars to support the platform goes towards. It goes towards me keeping, establishing, and making a connection with you guys multiple times a week to create conduits for you guys to get your talents out there. And now I get to boast that I've even gotten someone on divorce court. So congratulations to one of our Sauced in the Cityans, Mike Gleason, for scoring, the episode of Divorce Court. We bid you great, luck, and we shall see how that is. And I know I sound way excited, but even if you're fighting, at least you get a great trip to Atlanta. I'm
We
just
are.
saying. Miss Treese, and congratulations to you in meeting and being able to hang out with our friend Henny B, friend of the show. It's wonderful to see the connections grow and grow and grow and grow over the years. So shout out to Mo McCoy in the audience, Mo McCoy Fireproof TV Films. Hi. Hope everything is going well out there in Mo City. They are premiering the movie Mo City the movie. So they are actually doing the big movie premiere and the whole 9 yards. You guys have to stay tuned. High Life Marketing and Entertainment. Stay tuned. They have a lot of content. You'll feel like you were there. Shout out to Truth Marks, aka, oh, I always get this wrong. You know what? I'm gonna just stick at Truth Marks. Y'all can read her name and she can cuss y'all out if y'all get it wrong. I'm gonna just say good morning. I'm gonna leave it at what it is. All right, I am so excited. It's a good day here in the neighborhood at Starbucks. I'm just telling y'all, if y'all need like a pseudo home, go to Starbucks. I'm telling you, it's the best thing possible. Again, we are starting SNDC Live 24/7 marketing. Inbox us for more information. This is where you will have your brand on our shows for today, tomorrow, and forever. And I will be 24/7 marketing on Roku starting August 1st, y'all. And here's our first sample. Check this out. Check out one of our nice little ladies here. Check this out in the studio. She in the studio, y'all. Miss Tree's Comedy presents the buffoonery party. I'm gonna hope no parlay, buffoonery parlay, a dramedy affair. And look at the talent that she is going to have on her stage Saturday, July 15th. Miss Trees, we are so proud of you up around here. Tell us more about this flyer, which you made yourself, I heard.
Yes, yes, I did. And pardon me, good Lord God, I didn't expect that. Oh gosh. No wonder you said hold on to my airflow. uh, I did not. I did not expect that. Miss Street's Comedy, that's me. I'm a stand-up comedian, but the Buffoonery Polly is in partnership with another young lady here in Tulsa. And basically what that is, it's an improv table talk where we talk about drama. It's dramatic, but in a comedy form. And we're going to utilize the audience. We're going to pull people from the audience when we do the shows. It's almost like a talk show. So that's going to go on for the first 30 minutes where she's going to have like, it's almost like cards of subject matters, what they're going to talk about. They're going to ask questions to the people in the audience. They get to participate, answer those questions. And so we're going to keep it drama, but comedy, and it's clean comedy. So it's for the whole family. Woo! Then after that, we have the comedy show that's going to come up, which for those individuals that you saw on the flyer, my host GK Palmer, he is one of the greatest storytellers here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So he is going to host it and give us some comedy in a storytelling mode, and that's what he does. He brings the heat, he brings the fire. I'm excited about that. For now, I'm more in the background because I want to give my comics and everyone else an opportunity to shine. I'm going to come in on the later episodes of it. But for now, I want to put my people up front so that they can get more exposure outside of the city limits of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the surrounding area. So it is going to be a buffoonery time. There's actually a video out there. I don't know if you want to pull it, but we did like a little commercial.
Okay.
The venue here is so supportive of the arts. It's called GO, which is spelled GAUX. And they take on the Mardi Gras theme because I guess it's Louisiana kind of based. And so they're so supportive of the arts and the comedy. It's a family thing. It's something for the family, something for everybody. So they've allowed a lot of us comedians to come in and put on showcases. And this one is just different because we're going to take it to a whole nother level. But if you want to pull the video, you're more than welcome to do that. But it's hilarious. The staff actually participated in doing the little promotional video. But that's what it is. Miss Trees Comedy presents the Buffoonery Parley, and it's going to be buffoonery.
See, that is a sample of what we do around here. And now that video and that sample will go out over 72 times during the week in an ad that says Miss Trees Comedy Presents. And I know you guys are tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond because our numbers always say so. So if you want to join the NDC live 24/7 marketing, inbox us for more info. Now, on to the show. Just checking in. This is the Best Mess Possible podcast, F My Life, where we are going to be talking about some serious topics in a comedic way, just to take some of the edge off some of the times. Because you know what? Life isn't all on the downward swing, but if we're not careful, it totally could be. It totally could be. So next let's get to the agenda. Let me see if Facebook gonna let me do any of this. Not Facebook, but Starbucks. Let's see if Starbucks is gonna let me do any of this. All right. On the agenda, let's see. Come on, magical Starbucks, we can do it. Let's see. Everybody hold their breath. Like 1, 2, 3. Oh, look. See, it worked. We have been talking about this a little bit during the podcast. On the agenda for today is affirmative action. Do you think we've come far enough as a people not to actually need it anymore? Do you think we are good enough to stand on our own 2 feet and refuse to go backwards? I don't know. Miss Treese, what do you say? She frozen? Miss Treese? There she is. Miss Treese, what's your opinion?
Got you. I'm here. Affirmative action. Okay, so what was the question? I'm so sorry.
The question was affirmative action. Is it kind of good riddance to it, or is it kind of gonna hurt? What do you think?
I really don't know, but I just when you look at affirmative action, I've heard some of the elders, some of the older people, of course, I'll say the baby boomers, who are not in agreement, who wasn't in agreement to affirmative action in the first place. It's more like a mask, if I may say that, masking whatever we were trying to accomplish. Some of them believe it masked racism. Some believe it masked, what they call what is it that I'm looking for? Not hiring people of a certain age, like age discrimination. Some believe it masked many things. It didn't help, but it just masked it to where it still existed, but was never resolved or addressed.
Okay. I definitely can feel that notion. I always, people say that I've used it, but in my opinion, like I just, for me, I never thought of it as a, if you have to hire a black person, you'll hire me. I always thought of it as I'm 85% better than the candidates that applied. So you don't really have a choice. It's either
Right.
hire if
And
you
I
want.
and I agree to that too. My thing is, if racism is not an issue, then why are we asking for that on the application? If you know what I'm saying, why is that even playing a part? Like you're saying, we should be hiring people based on what they can bring to the company, what they can add to it, what are their skills and their abilities. Not so much of, okay, if I hire 10 white people, then I at least got to hire 2 blacks. Where does that make sense?
Yeah, it doesn't. Maybe you have to hire 8 black people because they're better at it than. I mean, I can't see the basketball teams being affected by this. I don't think they're gonna be like, you know what, we gonna fire all the black people because affirmative action is gone. No. And again, we I think we have the dollars to make it work. We have, if you believe in the black dollar or the Chinese dollar or whatever dollar you're going for, the LGBTQIA dollar, if you believe in your people and that you have a say so, and y'all don't like what's going on, don't go to their establishments. They will die. There's more of us that need them. That's why I really truly think that that's why China won't they won't mess with us, because who's going to consume all their goods if they mess with us, right? Like, who's going to buy up all this stuff so that they can have money? Only Americans do that. So therefore, I'm just saying, I think people who relied on it, maybe now you are probably going to need to get a better idea of what you were doing. And those who used it and got passed on it, great. Now take that and pass it on. You know what I'm saying? I think enough of us got it to where we could take it and pass it on. I always tell people, don't show the genie how to do the magic and then think the genie is not going to do the magic. Mike Gleason, what do you think?
I'm actually a little worried. The reason why is, before I was teaching, I had to go get a little thing called a master's degree, and in order to pay for that, I was a teaching fellow, and so I would teach the first generation to go to college. And I realized, well, I grew up in the suburbs, so I just know what affirmative action is by name, but I was also in corporate America before I was in teaching, and I've seen institutional racism, and I've seen people just not get anywhere in their careers or anything. And I think getting rid of affirmative action is kind of scary. The fact is, I'm LGBT, but a lot of guys my age, I'm in my 40s, we can just go in the closet, not discuss our private lives. Or I can, instead of saying Brian, I can just say Francis, and
jobs galore, huh?
and nothing, and I would nothing to worry about. I could go work for like the Mormons or something, and it wouldn't be a hassle. I could go work for like a Catholic hospital or something, and
wow,
and just say I'm married to Francis, not Brian.
Well,
and that kind of worries me.
I think you're probably, that's a good point. That you know, taking away the making people do things is probably a little scary. It is scary. But in order to grow as a nation, you have to take away the safeguards. Like, let me tell you a story. I got kicked out of the car in the middle of Grand Rapids, right? Uh-huh. And so thankfully, he flew me home, and now I was back in Vegas homeless, right? So I'm homeless and I'm thinking, like, what am I going to do? Right? I couldn't sit there and think about black, white, or indifferent. I had to get up and do it, and nobody was going to stop me no matter what I look like. Right. And I think there's enough of us at this point that all believe that way, that if we just stand up for the thing, no rule has to tell you to stand up to do the right thing. I hope not. I hope that's just a God thing, or whoever you kind of pray to, or whatever, but I'm hoping that a rule doesn't need to be written now that there are so many more of us that know what exclusion is. Right? You have LGBTQIA, you have Chinese, you have Mexican, or I'm sorry, Hispanic, you have black, you have all these other categories that now know what exclusion are. Are we all going to sit back and go, okay, white America, exclude us again? No. At least I hope not.
I hope not either. That's
that's pretty darn weird. I mean, I someone sent me, I'd like to show you guys like this. They sent me these two, well, actually it was one article, and it says Disney's chief diversity officer Latondra Newton exits. So I don't know if she left on her own, or why she would exit, or why that would count as getting, well, we'll talk about that in a second. Next, you have Warner Bros. Discovery off diversity executive, officer of diversity. I'm guessing they shrunk it. Executive Karen Horn, who says that the company says the cut was not due to the cost cutting, but the result of the reorganization of the division. So they're saying this is another casualty of the the law being thrown out. And here goes these other two. Netflix's first head of inclusion, Verna Myers, to step down after 5 years. And I thought, where is she going? Why is she stepping down? I'd be like, okay, my job just became that much more important to fight for, right? I'm not letting my job go, because now that there's no rule, more people of color have to be there. I don't know. Anyway, Wade Davis promoted. Okay. So somebody got promoted over her, and she stepped down because she was like, no way. All right. Film Academy executive of, I can't see behind that, of Impact and Inclusion, Janelle English exits organization. So I'm guessing by exits and steps down, they mean they were fired. Is that what I'm getting from this, y'all? Like, were they fired, or?
the euphemism is, it's called the other term is VBO, or a voluntary buyout, which is,
Okay.
I was in corporate America for 19 years. When you get a buyout, or you're going to step down to go pursue other things, it means there was a backroom deal, and they just gave you some cash to hush you up.
Okay, so exits means instead of fighting about this, we're going to give you money so you'll leave semi-quietly.
Yep. Bribe is a very ugly word and holds up in court. So what they did was they gave them all the golden parachute, and they just got paid for maybe a year and a half salary, like a severance package, and they can go work for like another large company, and now their resumes look fantastic. But affirmative action got dropped, and they're like, well, we don't need diversity, equity, and inclusion anymore. Bye-bye.
And you can either fight about it, but you can't sue us anymore over it. So everybody just gave up and took the money and stepped down instead of defending those positions. Now, oh my God, what are we doing? Miss Trees, help me. I'm melting. What are we doing?
Again, I'm going to say my faith needs deliverance. Because what it sounds like to me, if it stands true, what he just said, that's ugly. That tells me there is no stability in the job force, in the workforce, and let's just say if someone goes to school for that, you know what I mean? You get a degree, you get all of this, and then somebody just buy you out of your job? Like, really?
Yeah.
Is this what we do in America? So we get people to work for us to build our vision, to build our platform, to help build our riches and our wealth, and then I just buy you out and say, hey, I don't need you anymore?
That's how the 1% do it.
So then it explains as to why half of America doesn't want to go back to work after COVID. So COVID gave us a reason not to work. So now we're not going to come back to work because this is the kind of stuff that we deal with.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Well, here is the cool part. Now we have enough dollars to make a difference. Now, if they don't do the right thing, you go to something else. I learned a lesson. Shout out to Mo McCoy and Fireproof TV and Films. We were doing a show, and he said we were putting flyers inside of the 7-Eleven that was on the corner. And I went in one day, and they said that don't put your flyers in here anymore, and they kept taking them out. That's who kept, because I would put more and more and more in there, and they just kept taking them out. And I was like, what are you guys doing? So therefore, one day I went to, I needed something from the store, and Mo actually drove me like all the way around to the other side to go to the other store on the other side. And he said, I will no longer shop there if they can't support the community to which they take advantage of. I'm going to take my dollar to somewhere that will. And so at that point, I learned a lesson. I was like, oh, you know what? I do have a choice. Like, okay, back in slavery days, we didn't have a choice, right? It was kind of like do it or die. But nowadays we have the choice, and we own enough shit to make our own difference. We don't have, no rule can make me go back to doing anything other than what I'm used to. You know how you get divorced and they say you have to keep them in the lifestyle to which they become accustomed, and that's where alimony comes from, right?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm looking for alimony. I'm not looking for reparations, America. I'm looking for alimony. Okay, you're going to keep me in the lifestyle to which I've become accustomed. And there's enough of us to make a difference. Don't go to their stores. You'll
I
hit
love. I'm sorry. I love your perspective, and I love how you threw that curveball in there. Yes, it's shocking to me to hear that, but to hear your perspective, it is enough of us to make an impact. It is enough of us to shape the America that we wish to see.
Yes.
But what we have to not do is be afraid to be different. We have to not be afraid to be different, not be afraid to hear the word no. Like when Mo said it, no, if they're not going to support the community, then why should I put my dollars there? And that is the message that we need to send out. If you're not going to support us and who we are as a people, then no, don't expect my dollars. Your store can close for all I care. I'll just go to the next one. And eventually, if enough of us do that, then we can make a change. We can make the change that we desire. So the question becomes, where do we start to make that change?
You started in the next cup of coffee you buy. Listen, I drive 23 miles to come to the Starbucks that I'm sitting in right now. Why? Because they are good to me. I love the company. They put up with the shenanigans. There's a great group of people that are around me. It's great. There's one over by my house, but they don't even know my name. They forgot to put my name on my coffee cup. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to where I'm appreciated and not tolerated. And I'm taking my money with me. You guys are not going to take my money and treat me badly, because now there are too many options owned by too many different breeds of people. Okay, we have a whole little Chinatown here. We're getting ready to have a whole Ethiopia, I think it's like little Ethiopia or something like that here. All we have to do is say no, and I'm not going back. I tell everybody I know, they be like, Black Power. I'm like, I'm not going back. I don't care what y'all say. Right now is not a time to talk about what happened before, because we don't have time. They are unraveling the things that kept us stable in front of our very eyes, because we're so busy talking about reparations. It's not going to happen, people. Let's move on. Now I want alimony. I want America to give me the lifestyle that I've become accustomed to, and I'm not going back. Mike, What do you say about that? Like, because this is one rule that they're unraveling. Next, they may come after, gay marriage.
Oh, where to begin? Pretty much on a cold day in January of 2017, Brian and I were like, okay, we were married. Well, first of all, let's go back. 2005, we got married, and we were only legally our marriage was recognized here in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and like a bunch of other just purple states, and like California, and that was it. And then 2014, we got the Supreme Court ruling. But then 2017 was a certain president with orange hair, and we just sat and waited while he put people like Samuel Alito on the Supreme Court, and put everyone else. And we're just like waiting for our gay and lesbian rights is one step forward, two steps back, and we're just waiting for it. We were just waiting for it to end, and thankfully the Senate codified gay marriage, but like that could still get reversed. There's nothing. Washington's run by lawyers. There's nothing to stop them from reversing this.
But you know what? It doesn't even matter these days, because when it became okay, let's just put it that way. When America was like, okay, LGBTQIA, you guys go out there and do your thing now, right? And you can come out and it's cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
They forgot that a lot of the top-notch people are of the LGBTQIA community. Mm-hmm. And so now you guys have enough people that know enough things in enough different fields. You're an amazing, magnificent teacher. If you were to go into your own community, you guys have doctors and lawyers and firefighters and football players. Y'all got your own community of folks that do all of these same things. Just like Black people, we have our own set of people, y'all. Now we can play together or we can play separately. The important part is don't base it on this. Base it on if it works for you. If these people, I'm sure, I just found out that one of my favorite places is owned by Chinese people, or at least half have. And it's a staple here in the Black community, and it's owned by Chinese people. And it's been here as long as I've been here. And it was always Black owned and operated, but no more. However, I don't stop going there because it's no longer Black owned and operated. If they welcome me, I go. Does it matter? I'm like, if they say, come on, I'm in. Miss Trees, don't you feel like that?
And I do feel like that. To me, it shouldn't be based on color. But here's what I'm gonna say to that. I feel like this Black-owned thing, this what I want to call it, era. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. The Black-owned era have really been speaking now, because I guess for centuries, Blacks have not really had any leadership, any kind of ownership, as far as having something to hold on to value, to carry on, or to leave behind. So this era of Black owned is just, to me, it's overrated. It is so overrated. Something should not be based on color. If it's not Black owned, I'm with you. If you welcome me and you treat the community like a community, I'm coming to support you. If you are welcoming the community and you're not making a distinction and being a distraction and a disruption to the community, I'm coming to support you. But if you're going to come into our community and cause division, tension, and strife, no, I'm not going to support you. I'm not going to put my dollar where there is drama. Now, them two D's is two different things.
Absolutely.
So I'm not going to blend the two. So no, and I'm going to take it back to, I like how you was talking about, where we're going to place our dollars and how we can make a difference. How the LGBTQIA community, they have enough people to make some noise, as well as Black and African Americans. We have enough people to make some noise. But then I look back at the 1921 massacre that took place in Tulsa. Here they were, a Black community, bringing the dollars into that community to build something, and then it gets bombed out. So then why is it such an issue when that community begin to build something for their community, but then they get bombed out,
I
or it
have
gets,
an answer. I have an answer for you. It's
come
because
on with it.
it's because we didn't have weapons back in 1921. They didn't allow us to have weapons. Now, I think black people have enough weapons to defend what's theirs. They do it every day. Now, provided they are incarcerated and they are going to the nth degree of what I'm talking about in protecting their corners or their blocks. But I feel that we have enough knowledge now and enough weaponry now and enough people now because we are breeding two times the American white person is breeding. The black woman is breeding 2.5 times more than the our white counterparts, okay, or any other counterparts, okay. We're breeders, that's what we do. So therefore there is enough of us. Thank the black woman again for saving the day because we made enough people, we kept on. So therefore now we're starving them financially. It's not always a fight. We're starving them financially because without us buying it, you can't be rich. It's hard to be rich when nobody's buying it. Okay, so now you figure we can just stay in our own little community. Yeah, you could, but guess who's going to come and get our dollars? The person that appreciates us. And whether that person is white, black, Hispanic, Chinese, they're going to benefit from having us and welcoming us and wanting us around because now there's enough of us to make a financial difference in anybody's pocket. That's what they call hip hop. Congratulations, hip hop, for 50 years. Okay, time to reset the channel. All right, this is one of my favorite pictures I found. Miss Treese put this in my viewpoint, and that is my girl Henny B and Miss Treese smiling and cheesing it up. And at their comedy show, you have to tell us like how that went, like straight from the horse's mouth.
That comedy show was off the chain. Listen, there needed to be no hinges to hold up the door. It was, I never laughed so hard in my life, even just with Henny opening up for Joe Torre. When I say she
Wow.
set the tone, she set the tone. It was like when she left the stage, we was ready to laugh some more. So she really set the tone for him to come out. It's like, what can you say to that? I had never seen Joe Torre live. I remember seeing him on Comic View or Def Jam, and he was funny then. But to see him live and to just see him in act, I tell you, I thought I was gonna laugh up a liver. That's how hard I laughed.
I love that. I love that. Laugh up a liver, child. I'm trying to keep it like light and funny around here, and that is why I love doing things with my comedians. But just letting everybody else know who is tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond. This is a live show. Um, so please beware that fuck shit and damn will and may be said. And if it offends you, this is not the show for you. We are going to keep it rolling because this is a morning show. And you know what? There is just a lot to talk about. And I am not going to stop talking until I have talked it all out because I am confused, y'all. I am confused. And if you guys are just now tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond, this is what is called dun, 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 the Best Mess Possible podcast with your girl Brenda Brown, aka me. And I'm trying to move as fast as I can, or as fast as Starbucks Wi-Fi will allow me to move. But all right, we have talked about affirmative action, and I think we are going to have a much longer conversation about this. We have talked about homelessness because that was, kind of a personal experience for me. But now our third and our final topic is who purchased BET. Now, I need to know, do y'all know who purchased BET? And people who are tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond, Y'all tune y'all if y'all know who purchased BET, please let me know. But this is what happens when you are on public Wi-Fi. So everybody don't get all upset. It's going to be fine. I need makeup. I'm gonna wear some makeup one of these days. I was like, I need some
You're
makeup.
beautiful regardless. You're beautiful regardless. But I will tell you,
Oh,
I love Rihanna's line. If you're looking for a line that's not so expensive, Rihanna's line. I forgot the name of it. But Fenty. I love
oh,
Fenty.
okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, Fenty. I might have to look into that. Another place that I went this past weekend was the Gathering, and I thank them all for having me. Shout out to Rodney Smith and the gang. It's really a round table of relativeness, I would say, and consciousness. And it also gives me another way of looking at things and challenging my opinion. So I really do love having them around. Again, we do have our Insta Cash App prize winner from last week. Congratulations again, DJ Groove Lathan. And I'm looking for the next three to post their Cash App tags in the comment section, and you too will win an Insta Cash App prize. Because, yeah, it doesn't matter how homeless we get, the reward is all in the building of a strong audience that has a great point of view because I need help every week. All right, our next game up is called Take a Hint. And Take a Hint comes to us compliments of my weird thoughts and me wanting to make up a new game. So this is the first time we're playing it. So let's take a hint. So this is the game where one of the players will give the hints and the other person will try to guess what they're talking about. I will give the topic and the hint giver will have to stay under the topic. Okay? The more that you get correct, the more points you win and you will be the winner. It's pretty simple because there's only two of you. So Miss Trice, look, I messed it up. A whole episode was about to go past. Miss Treese, you will start first, ladies first, as the hint giver. And Mike Gleason, you will start first as the guesser. Now, Miss Treese, you have to be a good hint giver because, your score is banking on the fact if Mike Gleason or myself can guess the correct answer. Yeah, I'm going to play in this too. Might as well be three of us. Okay. All right, are you ready? You have 60 seconds on the clock, and the topic is Starbucks because I'm sitting in Starbucks. So give us things or give us hints about things you would find in a Starbucks.
Some beans, some oh god, some straws.
Coffee.
Iced
No,
coffee.
iced coffee. Okay, keep going. Clock is set.
um, you'll find some whipped cream, uh, a dome lid.
No, you have to give us hints to what it is. Okay, reset the
uh,
clock. Reset
oh God. Okay.
reset the clock. Okay, I'm gonna go first. Watch. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna be the first hint giver, and then I'm gonna see how many points I can get. And then I'm gonna give you the hint, and then you have to guess what it is.
We lost you.
Yeah, she'll come back in. Okay.
Please.
I'm
While
gonna
we do that,
keep
I realized
my.
you're in Oklahoma without air conditioning. That's incredible.
Liz,
There I am.
this. Hi.
Hi. Okay. I mean, it's free Wi-Fi. What do you want? Anyway, okay. I'm the topic on the topic of Starbucks. Okay, things that you would find in a Starbucks. Hints. I'm going to only give you hints. and you try to guess what I'm talking about by the hint. Okay, ready? Okay, you sit at it.
Table.
Ding, ding,
Bench.
ding, ding. You sit on it.
Chair.
A chair.
Yay. You look through it.
A window.
Okay, okay. You drink from it.
A cup.
A cup.
Yay. It's hot and good most of the time.
Coffee.
Coffee.
Yes, yes, yes. It has a hole in the center.
The dome.
A donut.
The cup.
A donut. Okay. Oh, you find this in France. It's a, and you eat it, and you find it, and it's light and crispy, and it's
A croissant.
Croissant.
yes. Ding, 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 ding. Now, how many did I get?
Oh no.
Well, that's okay. That was the sample round. So now do you guys understand how the game is supposed to go?
Okay, that makes sense now.
Okay, Mike Gleason, you're up first. 60 seconds on the clock. The topic is, what would you find in a man cave? Hints only.
Wow.
Uh-oh. Oh God. All right. They're ceramic, and you use them to hold hot beverages, sometimes cold beverages.
Coaster.
That's it. Good job. Let's see. They're sometimes made of wire, sometimes they're made of wood. You can get them at a dry cleaners in abundance. They hold up clothes.
Table?
They hold up clothes.
Hangers.
Hangers. Good.
Oh.
Keep
Okay.
going. Keep
Okay.
going.
Let's see. They're made of wood, and there's stuff painted on them.
Pictures.
Pictures. There you go. Let's see. What else? They are made by Apple, and there's apps on them. And
Computers.
That's it. Good job.
Keep going. Keep going.
All right. They have ink in them, and they have felt tips.
Pins.
That's it. My Shopee. Good. Let's see. What else do we got around here? They have the Boston Red Sox logo on them, and you wear it on your head.
Cap.
That's it.
Time.
Awesome.
Time.
You got them all.
Okay, and how many was all?
That was about 8.
About 8. Okay, good. Miss Treese, the clock is set. 60 seconds on the clock. Name things that you would find in a church. Let's go.
All right.
Hints
They're
only.
long and people wear them. And
Robes.
ding ding. They have keys and people sit near them and they make music.
Organs.
Pianos.
There it is. They speak on these things and the pastor used them
Podiums.
to get ding ding ding.
Okay.
They sit on these and everybody comes in and sit on them.
Pews.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah.
That's a whole
Okay. We read from these. They have a lot of words in it.
Bible.
The Bible.
There it is. And what else? Let me see. What else would you find? Oh God, they're different colors, and you could look through them, but you can't.
Stained glass.
There it is. There it is. Okay. Next thing is, you pass these down through the people, and they have holes in them.
Time. All right. How many was that?
That's got about 8 of them. That's about 8 of them. I didn't put out there.
Okay. Sudden death round between the two of you, because he had about 8, you had about 8. Sudden death round between you two comes from me. Topic is government.
Oh no.
I lost right there.
Okay, I give it. Wait.
Yeah, do the government. Okay.
I see the look on y'all face like, what? Okay.
Like, what's that?
because we can't count so high. That's where we're losing each other. Is we're having to count too high this early in the morning. All right. So the topic is government. Okay. This is the head. The head. It used to be the HNIC.
President.
Yep. Um. Uh. They say she doesn't ever do anything. That she's just there right now.
The vice president.
Vice president.
Okay. He is in a world of shit.
Trump.
The former president.
Okay. Everybody actually does what this one says. Everybody else thinks they're running things, but this one person actually runs
The
everything.
Secretary of State.
The Chief Justice.
He got a weak chin. Always very timid guy. Looks like Mr. Bean or someone.
Kevin McCarthy.
Oh no, what's his name?
Mr.
Time. What's the guy's name? He's the leader of the not the House, but the what is the other one? The Senate. He's the leader of the Senate. What's his name?
Not McConnell. No, he looks like a turtle.
McConnell, is that who looks like a turtle? But the guy who looks like a turtle, you're right. He looks like.
Oh, wait a minute. Do you think of Lindsey Graham? He's like the Senate majority, I think.
Yes. The one with the weak chin, him.
Yeah. Oh, that's a very weak. Yeah,
Oh,
that's very generous of you.
Oh, let us stop before we get canceled. Anyway, moving on. If you guys are just now tuning in, this is the Best Mess Possible podcast, F My Life. And we are hanging out talking about the best and worst messes of the week. Now, we have come to the end of the show. You never think that there's going to be an end, but there is. There's always an end to the show. So what we want to do is we want to discuss the best mess of the week. Is it the homeless situation? Is it the getting rid of affirmative action? Or is it because we don't know or care who purchased BET? The best mess of the week award goes to Miss Treese.
I'm gonna say affirmative action. that can be a bit nasty when you're trying to get rid of that and deal with that.
That is definitely going to cause some aches and pains in the upcoming weeks to come. And I think I totally agree with you that we are in a world of trouble, people. So pay attention, wake up, and smell the beans. We appreciate having you on the show, Miss Treese. You have been nothing but a blessing since the day that we met you, and we ain't in no danger of slowing down. We look forward to having you on Trust in the City 24/7 over on Roku. Shout out to UBS and TV. It is going to be amazing. Mike Gleason, the nominees are homelessness and the fact that I was homeless just about a week ago. The affirmative action, meaning ruh-roh, we better really have made it as a people and get our crap together, or because we don't even know who purchased BET, and I think we should, right? Because there's like, I don't know, 3/4 of us are African American. No, wait, 2/3 of us are African American, and we should know which is the biggest mess.
Affirmative action. My first college degree is in a little something called journalism, and the guy that published Ebony and Jet had a hell of a time trying to get advertisers for an all-black magazine, and those things both went out about 15 years ago, mostly because of the internet. But there's a little sign in my house. This is backwards on television, but it says "No help wanted, no Irish need apply," which was a thing we had in Boston. Now, we could just speak in an American accent, and that wouldn't be a big deal. But do you know what a Ponzi scheme is?
I do.
Okay. My grandmother was a beat reporter for the Boston Post who exposed Charles Ponzi. Okay. But
Oh
she didn't
wow.
get a byline because little tiny adorable Irish women didn't get a byline in the 1920s. Um, and my mother was in the first class of women from Boston College because the Jesuit men didn't graduate women with college degrees.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah. So the gender barrier and the race barrier are two very real things. And rock groups like the Rolling Stones and Led Zeppelin, they covered blues musicians because there was no way radio stations would ever play music performed by black people. But all the bands but cover songs by the Rolling Stones and Zeppelin were from guys who recorded on Chess Records and Muscle Shoals. They all and the rock group Pink Floyd got their name from Pink Anderson and Floyd Council, who were blues musicians. But there was no way that the BBC would ever air anything from blacks, and there was nothing that ABC television in the United States would ever do. But they'll play the Rolling Stones and the Beatles, no problem. And I think affirmative action should have been kept, and I'm really, really scared for everyone.
I am really really scared for everyone too, Mike Gleason. And with that, I'm just hoping that we have learned like I said, in developing the Sauce in the City show, in all seriousness and fairness, I have come from a long lineage of great producers of this format, right? And each one of them told me this: you better learn all you can learn because one day I'm not going to be there. And I always thought they were kidding. I always thought they were playing. Like I was like, yeah, you'll always be there. I'm cute. You know what? You guys, I'm cute. I'm too cute. I'm too smart for you to leave. Never was a thing. Okay. And when they did go, or we did part ways, I had to stand on my own 2 feet. That is why I brought up the homelessness before. It's because I had to figure out for real, and put my theory to the test for real. Do I really believe in the brand that we have all built? And I do, 100%. So if I had to be homeless for that day, or I had to, I had to pull together unconventional resources, or I had to count on the brand that's, I've been counting on all this time, or that's been counting on me to be here and to create these opportunities. I just had to hope that I had learned enough to continue on, because I only had two choices. It was roll up and die and not do the show, or get my butt back out there and do what I know to be true. And Sauce in the City has never let me down. And that's how I feel about affirmative action. People didn't even really take the time to know about the rule and the ins and outs and what they could and could not do. Only a select few did, right? Only a select few only ever really relied on it in order to be pushed through. Everybody else, they didn't even really know it was there. So it was happening in the background, right? In the fabric of life, but it wasn't really happening in your day-to-day life. But it allowed you, just like Zappos, shout out to you, Zappos, they allowed me a corporate position, and I learned they let the wrong person in the door, because I learned. And when they said you're fired, I was like, your loss. It's not like I'm going to stop doing what you taught me how to do. What do you think, I'm crazy? I just saw you build $1 million, close to $1 billion. They sold it for $860 million. So I just seen you turn a company into that, and you think I'm not gonna do anything that I learned? You are crazy. Like, that's ludicrous. Right? So I'm hoping, America, that we have learned. I'm hoping that our mentors have taught us enough, and that affirmative action crutch that we used, and for those of us who it made a difference, and for all of us, I hope you got enough, and I hope you learned enough, because we can make the difference. No piece of paper, no law is going to tell me that I can't go to Princeton if that's what I want to do. How about we all show up at Princeton on admissions day? They got to take some of us. And again, we have other counterparts that are now weakening their numbers. So here's all I'm saying: LGBTQIA is going to be one of our best friends, allies, because that takes away some of their firepower. And nobody wants it to go back to the way. So, with that being said, you guys, this we have come to the end of another episode. Thank you guys for tuning in to the shenanigans. This has been the best mess possible podcast out here at Starbucks, and we thank you guys for tuning in. I still don't have any winners, so I guess I get to keep my money for yet another week. It's cool because homeless is not good, so keeping my money is cool too. So shout out to my roommate. I just found out last night actually tunes in. It scared me. He was like, yeah, I saw your picture on your profile of the hand. um I have the priest hand over my hand. And it was just weird that I got sent home on a plane full of Catholic priests. I know. So if I ever thought that it was going to be okay, it was going to be okay. Yes, I know the mouth. I know. Anywho, we're out of here, people, and thank you guys for tuning in. Miss Treese, Mike Gleason, thank you guys for joining us. And on that note, please vote. Go out there and do the last thing they'll let you do is vote. Do it. We're out of here.